this is surprising. In fact, yesterday, I made this video where I talked about the decentralization of both government agencies and economical activities in this country. And in that video, I said that if this decentralization is done, it is going to go a long way in solving most of our economical problems in this country, most especially bringing down this high cost of living and inflation rate to the lowest minimum. And I also use seaport as example, where I said that the government should step up and make sure that those geopolitical zones that have what it takes to operate seaports are up and running, just like that of Lagos. And I made mention of Calabar, Aba, and Port Harcourt, though there are other places, but just to mention but a few. Now, after making that video, 2 seconds, I got this news that inflation rate has even hit 34.8 as against the 34.6 it was on November, which is just 2 months ago. I was like, what is going on? But nevertheless, I just said, let me go and check it out on NBS X account. But upon getting there, I saw America Wonder. Now, I get to their X account to see this data and check what is going on. After checking it out, I said, okay, no problem. Let me just check the comment section and see what is going on. Hey, I even saw people complaining on the comment section. Why is MBS not giving us the actual inflation rate data? I was like, what is going on? Wait a minute. Is it that the inflation rate data is actually more than this and they are making it look like this? I mean, no understand. The most shocking thing is that it's not just one person, 2 person, or 3 person that is laying this complaint. But nevertheless, that's not where I'm going. Now, I also got another news. Tinubu has approved dry port in Ogun State and Oyo State, which is very wonderful. But wait, is he still going to approve those other seaports in other geopolitical zones? Abi is still going to be the same story as usual? Abi no understand. In fact, listen to this analysis, and as you are listening to it, be clicking on that share button and subscribe in case if you have never done so for more updates. And after that, I'll be back. Let's go there.
How can Lagos have 3 functioning seaports with a 4th one in the works and every other place is languishing? How do you build an economy when everything is centered around Lagos? Is it because the Lagos establishment is afraid that if there is an operational seaport in the eastern maritime flank, which geographically is better for maritime operations, you're going to have diversion of port operations from the southeast, the south-south, the northeast to Akwa Ibom? Is it because they're afraid of revenue losses? It doesn't make any sense. We have to say the truth to power.
All right. Kevin, you're right. We have to say the truth to power. And thank you for doing that as well. And, you know, yesterday you put out a series of tweets highlighting these issues regarding the Calabar seaport. But you also stated in your tweet about the fact that the southeast is the only region in the whole of Nigeria that doesn't have a high pressure transmission pipe for gas running through it. I'd love for you to highlight that as well. And now you've asked the federal government to decentralize port operations to the Eastern Maritime Corridor, so that the southeast and the northeast can benefit. Now, why do you believe that this has been so difficult to achieve?
Oji, it's interesting you ask this question, and the reason I don't know what the Southeast Governors Forum are doing. I don't know what they discuss when they meet, but there are critical areas that we must address, and we must bring to the table as soon as possible. The Southeast, yes, is the only region that does not have a high pressure gas transmission pipe to take natural gas through it. You have the AKK, the Ajaokuta, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano. There is a second phase of that AKK that goes to Gausu in Zamfara. Now, in that AKK, you have pressure metering and reduction stations in Gwagwalada for Abuja. You have in Kaduna, you have in Kano. And then you're also going to have in Gausu when the second phase starts. That AKK is what the government hopes to extend for transnational gas pipeline through Niger Republic to Algeria, even if I don't think that will be feasible because of the lack of diplomatic relationship between Niger Republic and the Nigerian government in Abuja. Okay? The Southeast does not have a pipe that runs through it, despite the fact that Abia State produces a lot of natural gas. In 2007, Ibe Kachuku designed Nigerian Gas Master Plan, and in that master plan, he puts a 121-kilometer pipe that is supposed to extend from Aba to Owerri, to Enugu, to Onitsha, and then to Nnewi. The government says that no, they want to do a TNGP pipe extension from Abia State to Ajaokuta, and the second phase is going to go from Abia State to Enugu to Ajaokuta. That is going to take gas away from the southeast, not through the southeast. You need a pipe that extends that, because you need gas for glass fabrication, you need gas for urea, you need gas for power. 40% of the gas that is typically produced every day, either through associated gas that you get when you drill crude oil, yeah, or through non-associated gas fields, it's used for electricity. So how do you want to increase generation and increase feedstock to the gencos in the southeast if you don't build a high-pressure transmission pipe? Whose responsibility is it to make sure that this happens? It's the Nigerian Gas Infrastructure Company, which is a subsidiary of the NNPC group. So my question to the management of NNPC is, why have they refused to commission FID for gas pipes to the southeast? Why have the Southeast Governors Forum not gotten into a meeting with the president to ask him why the region does not have a gas pipe that runs straight? What exactly is wrong that it seems that there is like a calculated power share between the northwest and the southwest, and until every other region in Nigeria gets permission from the northwest and the southwest, nothing happens in their region? It doesn't make any sense. How can Mr. President be talking about renewed hope and economic transformation and increase in the per capita income of Nigerians and prosperity for Nigerians about building a $1 trillion economy when everything is centered around Lagos? In 2006, a contract was awarded to a Dutch company to embark on rehabilitation of that seaport and to raise the channel draft. Yeah, the government had issues with the company over contract variation costs, and that lingered for a long time. When the government attempted to go back to do it, the company says that you cannot, and the case was in court. In 2022, that case was taken out of court for out-of-court settlement. The immediate past MD of MPA says that, oh, they've taken the case out of court, we're going to work on raising the channel draft. The Calabar seaport is dead. Like, you barely have vessels coming there, maybe one vessel per week compared to Lagos. How do you build an economy when the smallest state by landmass that has the highest per capita income with the highest population, right, has the only functioning seaport in Nigeria, while everybody else is left to go home and dry? It doesn't make sense. This is the reason why I'm saying to the president that it is economic injustice, and Nigeria is structurally, like skewed to favor Lagos economy. And this is the basic truth. The Calabar deep seaport draft has not been done. The documents at the ICRC has been cleared for Akwa Ibom deep seaport project in Ibom. Yeah, the federal government has sat on it, because if you look at the structure, 20% of the shares belongs to the federal government, 20% belongs to the state government, and 60% belongs to interested private sector investor. And that 60% was given as a 34-year concession, a PPP with Bolloré Logistics, like 2 or 3 years ago. Bolloré, the French company, ended up selling itself to MSC, Mediterranean Shipping Company. Mediterranean said they are doing revalidation. Why is the federal government not putting as much effort in making sure that they start building Akwa Ibom deep seaport, like they did for Lekki deep seaport in Lekki Free Trade Zone? And now the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy is saying that they are going to, cut investors, and they are doing drawings in Calabar. Somebody imports a 40-foot container from Guangzhou to Lagos, and it will cost him 5 or 6 million naira to truck it to Aba. And you don't expect that he's going to pass on that inflation cost to the people, considering the fact that we don't have standard gauge rail lines that extend horizontally from the southwest to the southeast. It's marginalization. Economic marginalization. And we have to speak truth to power.
All right, then if I can come in here, Mr. Kevin, and you have touched on very salient points this morning. But if we focus on how to decentralize these port operations, with port activities concentrated in Lagos, Nigeria is still facing issues of congestion, of inefficiency, and like you even said, increased cost of doing business, because at the end of the day, it's the consumer who bears the brunt of, of what's currently happening. So when we look at why decentralizing the port operations across the country, including strategic seaports like Calabar, One, Warri, remaining a persistent challenge, what are those systemic reforms? What are those infrastructural investments that are necessary to make this decentralization a reality?
Cheito, I'll tell you what. Well, one of the reasons why house rent has been skyrocketing in Lagos, which also contributes to inflation that you have in Lagos, is because demand is higher than supply of houses in Lagos. Lagos is creating, there isn't enough infrastructure to accommodate the population. And that's because you've centralized the entire Nigerian economy. The contribution of Lagos to real GDP is 23%. Lagos State's FAC to IGRA ratio is 22% to 78%, which means 78% IGR, 22% FAC. Lagos State generates 26% equivalent. Lagos generates revenues equal to what 26 states in Nigeria generates. 26 states in Nigeria, which means Lagos is the most viable economy.
You get the point. Now, what do you think? Do you think that Tinubu is still going to approve other seaport in other geopolitical zone, just like I mentioned in my last video, like that of Calabar, Aba, Port Harcourt, Anambra, and many more? Abi is still going to be the same story as usual at the end of everything. What about the high pressure power gas pipeline? Abi, I mean, no understand. In fact, share your thought with me on the comment section. And of course, you know the vibe now. Click on that subscribe button, follow, and share for more updates. Because like this, hey, we move.